Hey, what's up guys, Ravenclaw here, back on the PTR. Well, not on the PTR, back with some news from the PTR. I want to get on the PTR, but every time I get on there and drop a trap, it just crashes. I don't know what's going on. I've been trying to fix it. I've tried to contact Blizzard, but then they say, you know, people have been saying that they're not going to really help because it's PTR and whatever. I'll figure it out, and until then, we'll just have to sort of update you like this. Okay, let's get into the first thing. First thing we need to talk about is talents. We've gotten two new talents on survival. One being disengage, and the other one being guerrilla tactics. Guerrilla tactics. I don't know. You'll correct me if I'm wrong. Disengage is as it's always been. Is you will be able to leap backwards out of trouble or to close a gap. The only difference is it's on the same tier as post haste, so this is not as good as it used to be. The only other thing to counter that would be to be able to use Master's Call in PvP, disengage and then cheater out of that to sort of close gaps if you need to. But yeah, so take it as a buff or a nerf or whatever. It's still a thing, I guess. All right. Next one is the guerrilla tactics. Now this works with Waylay. If I use it for the people that don't know what Waylay is the new passive on the PTR for survival hunters, and the guerrilla tactics. Now let's just go back a sec. Improve traps, which is on the live server now. It reduces the cooldown of our traps by 15 for the freezing and 50 by the other two. Now what this one does, this one increases the explosive traps damage by 50%, which is good. But it also improves the passives from Waylay. Now there's been a lot of talk about Waylay, and I'm still trying to work it out myself. This is the main one I'm getting at is the Frost freezing trap. It says when you drop freezing trap, damage won't break it. So I've tested this a few times. Now it says you've got to wait 2 seconds for them to come active. Okay, so I do that, still breaks. Because it says for the first 6 seconds. Oh well, sorry, guerrilla tactics. When you put it on, it increases it from 4 to 6 seconds. So it enhances the perk. But yeah, it's still breaking. So I don't know if it's from passive damage, as in like AoE spread damage or bleeds or things like that, because every time you apply freezing trap, it removes all these dots. So I'm not sure if that's what it's saying. From now on, it won't be broken from dot damage because it removes it. I don't know. It's still a bit of ambiguity there. Ambiguity. Well, okay. What does explosive trap do now for Waylay? That's changed, right? Because it used to be a damage increase for explosive trap. Instead, what it does now, when you drop it and someone gets hit by it, their first melee attack against you will miss. So having the GT talent, it will do the first 2 melee attacks. That can be good, like if you're getting trained by a warrior. You know what would be great is if you're in execute range, you drop a explosive trap, they won't be able to get those executes off for the first 2 seconds. I mean, it could be the difference between a win or a loss, I guess. Alright, so those are the 2 talents. Now let's talk about a few other things, like butchery. Butchery has had a buff, okay? I'd like to be able to show you this increase, but once again, the PTR is a bit buggy. So if the future editor person has found a way to get around this, there'll be some clips, but if not, then I'm sorry. Okay, butchery. It's been buffed from 518% roughly to 620% weapon damage. So right now, I'll give you an example. Right now for me, if I was to take the talent, I do about 200,000 damage. It's bumped up to about 250,000, something like that. That's not too bad, bit of a buff. Caltrops. Caltrops, if you're taking Caltrops for PvP, the bleed effect from it has been buffed from 25% to 50%. That's been pretty good. I've tested that out. and it does a fair bit of damage. So that's going to be pretty viable for survival hunters, especially PvP wise. I'm not 100% sure if Caltrops would be the way to go for PvE. Correct me if I'm wrong. What else have we got? Now, Expert Trapper, that one, see they've gotten, no, that one has been implemented already, because moving through the tar trap will, they'll be rooted by 4 seconds. So I'm quite certain that that was on the live as well, wasn't it? Let me just have a quick look here. When all enemies reduce movements. Okay, so the tar trap on the PTR, when enemies move through it, they have a chance to get rooted for 4 seconds, but on the live realm, they have, when holds a trap at the location, 8 yards, tar trap yourselves for 30 seconds, all enemies have 50% reduced speed, and the trap will expire in one thing. Yeah. But Expert Trapper, on the live server, it has been implemented, so that's not really an update. Serpent Sting. Serpent Sting is another one I want to talk about. That one has had a damage increase as well. Before, it was about 80% weapon damage. Oh no, attack power. 80% of your attack power, because they go off a certain formula to be able to scale appropriately. That's been increased to about 115%. So that's another damage increase of your Serpent Sting ability of this one here. So instead of doing, say, I think about on mine was about 130 or whatever, it takes it up to about 160 or 70 nature damage over 15 seconds. I know these probably might be significant, but they're increases nonetheless. The next one, Snake Hunter. Now this one's been a bit of a up and down way, because the Snake Hunter ability, talent, sorry, at the moment on the live server is a 1.5 cooldown. On the PTR, and it's gone up to 2 minutes. That's a bit frustrating, well, for me anyway. Extra cooldown, anything that's increasing a cooldown is annoying. Spitting Cobra. Spitting Cobra's actually had a pretty decent increase. It's gone from, I think Spitting Cobra does about 4,000 or 5,000 nature damage every 2 seconds on my character on the live. It's been buffed by about 20%, I think. Something like that. I'm pretty sure it's been buffed by about 20%. No, 20% on the live server. It's actually now 100% of your attack power every 2 seconds. So it's off your base and then plus 100% of your attack power, which is pretty good. I'm still got to test all this stuff so I can give you some numbers, but once I fix the crashing issue, then we'll go from there. What else have we got that I wanted to talk about? Marksman. I'm pretty sure that's everything for the survival side. I'm just going to double check. Everything else seems to be pretty... Oh, here we go. Before we go any further, this one is actually pretty cool. Lacerate. Lacerate at the moment has a 10-second cooldown. On the PTR, that cooldown has been removed. So now it's an instant cast with no cooldown. So you can apply that debuff. It's become like a rend almost for warriors. What is it? Arms warriors. So that's pretty good. I still get to make sure I get that tested out and see how I can implement that and what the benefits will be, apart from just being able to constantly apply that debuff. So it's going to change a few things around. The next one I want to talk about is something to do with Marksman. The bursting shot from Marksman has been updated by 20%. So at the moment it only does 40% of your weapon damage. It's gone up to 60%. So a little bit more damage for your bursting. That's your disorient as well, for those that are wondering what I'm talking about. Sticky Bomb from... I'm pretty sure Sticky Bomb had a cooldown reduction by 5 seconds. Steady Focus, for those that are interested. Using Arcane Shot or Multi-Shot, at the moment 3 times in a row increases your focus regeneration by 25%. At the moment, sorry, not at the moment, on the PTR, right? Multi-Shot 2 times in a row increases your focus regeneration. So they've dropped down from 3 to 2, essentially. Sidewinders increase your focus regeneration by 25% for 12 seconds. So it's an up and down thing. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. There's something to think about. I'm probably going to have a look at that one next to see how Marksman is going, because a lot of people are asking me about Marksman as well. But yeah, so I thought I'd throw some Marksman updates in the mix too. Other than that, those main tips there, there hasn't been anything else. At the moment, our traps are about, what are they? The explosive trap, tar trap is about, give me 1 second, let me have a look. On the tar trap and freezing trap, tar trap, they're saying that the cooldown has gone to 40 seconds. So I still haven't had a look at this one on the actual PTR. I will double check this, and then I'll probably make a note in the comments of this video if I find anything extreme. Yeah, those are the main things I wanted to point out for the hunters as we go into getting closer to the release of 7.1.5. I'm still not 100% sure of when this is going to be released. I will let you know the moment I find out. The talk at the moment is around before Christmas. They want to try and get it before Christmas, if not early January next year. But I will be the one that will keep on top of this. I'll make sure that I'll make sure that I'll keep you informed. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much. I would love to hear some of your thoughts on these new changes. Let me know down below. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'll be more than happy to trial anything out that you need me to trial out. Yeah, if you are excited for 7.1.5 on it, not just hunters, if there's another class that you play and you've found something really cool, let me know. That'd be great to hear. But other than that, if you're new to the channel, make sure you take a lap around the channel. If you see anything you like, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And as always, you amazing people of YouTube, you keep on sniping, and I will see you back in the HQ in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.